only Jackie were older people.
Whole real name. Jackie Lynn Haslam.
Jackie.
Jacqueline? No. Jackie Lynn.
Jackie Lynn.
With no E. Quit spelling my name wrong.
Ooh, look at that face. With an I.
Like Kathy always wanted to spell her name. I thought that. They never knew really what my name was.
Okay. And Matthew, what is your real name?
Matthew Allen.
Oh, Monu. Oh. All right.
Oh, come to the door.
Only one the whole night.
You know where Uncle Al and all them went to? I have no idea. Only there. They went to the park. Or they come back. Okay.
Here, I need to talk to you anyway.
And
The perfect one?
we were on the by and honked at him. If I could see him.
The perfect? Funny you couldn't think of that before, Matthew.
Well, he tapped my memory bank.
Matthew, do you have anything to add to that?
No.
Okay.
Alias Pablo, Edward Smallwood.
All right. Riba. Okay. Now, tell us a childhood memory.
Well, I remember one Halloween, I was out with my buddy, and they came up with this really brilliant idea to scare people.
Uh-huh.
So we put this chain across the road between these two trees, you know, one on each side of the street, and we sat in the bushes and waited for our cars to drive by.
Ooh.
Rip off their bumper.
You were rough.
It was fun.
Did you wear a leather jacket at this time?
Yeah, had my hair back when I had. Huh?
About your and Neil's fishing trip.
Oh.
Oh, the fishing trip?
Oh.
Oh, that was.
You want me to tell that?
Yeah, we'll let Neil.
Are you done, Pablo? Did a car come by?
Yeah, and it did rip off the bumper. It was fun.
It does work.
It worked.
Oh, in the
Really
back,
good.
are you talking about in the backyard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
I was about 12 years old, and all my buddies were camping out in the tents in the backyard, one friend's backyard, and we got bored, so we decided to go around and knock on windows of houses. This was at night. So we did that a couple times, and somebody called the police, and next thing I know, here comes a cruiser going down the street. So my friends and I go running into my other friend's garage, and we all shut the door and hit the floor. This cruiser drives by real slow with his flashlight, drives it through the windows in the garage. We're all glued to the He keeps going by, and he didn't see us.
Uh-huh. You got by with that?
We got by with it. So
Pablo.
much fun. How many ones do we need?
No.
I feel like having Costello.
And there's ours.
How many ones? Oh, all right.
I already got it.
Need some more money?
So they're still looking for you in Dayton?
Still looking for me.
All right.
Still an open case.
Okay. State your
No,
full
but
name.
I have $17, $18 here. Hi, I'm Roland Neil Myers, married to Claudia Drake. My story is not a childhood memory, but it's about Uncle
A
Paul and
childish
me.
thing.
It wasn't childish, it was just an honest mistake. It was shortly after we returned to Wichita, about a year after we returned to Wichita, and Paul and Kathy had only been married about a year, and we'd been married about 2 years. We were all in Wichita, and Paul and I planned a fishing trip. So I went by and picked him up with the boat on top of my car, and I have $18. So it was before daylight. And first off, our first big problem was we couldn't get on Kellogg, could we? We went down Washington and couldn't go eastbound on Kellogg, remember? We had a heck of a time. So finally, we got where we wanted to go. We went out to Lake Afton.
Neil, you got $12. Get that money from me.
And so when we got out to Lake Afton, the first time neither one of us had been there, we just knew the directions. And there was water on both sides of the road. So we stopped, we put the boat in on the north side of the road, 39th Street South. And we get all of our gear out and we throw out our lines, and the sun is still not up yet. And we fish, and about 45 minutes we're sitting in this boat fishing when the sun comes up. And we look around and realize that we are just in a little runoff area, and the water is only about 1.5 feet deep. fish, no nothing. The lines are laying on the bottom. And so that,
So who was the one that first noticed it?
well, I don't know who first noticed that we were in about ankle deep water. Who was it?
So did you laugh or were you just astonished?
We just picked up the boat, carried it across the road, and put it in the
didn't get too
river.
shook up.
Hey, no big deal.
We were enjoying the coffee anyway.
That's right. Had plenty of coffee. So that's my story.
All right.
Good coffee was cut. Good.
Yes,
Want me to
if it
tell
wasn't.
about the time that you put the clothespins on my nipples?
Okay.
$18.
State your full name.
Alexei Memria Arrington.
All right.
Alright, what else do you want to know?
I need to know a childhood memory.
Childhood memory. What's everybody doing? Oh, this is terrible over here. Childhood memory.
Think of something that you and your mother did, or you did, and your.
Oh, one of them, my best memories was going with a girlfriend of mine that I went to Longfellow School with, and we were in about the 4th grade, and she invited me to go to her grandparents' farm in Dodge City. And we would dream and dream what we'd do if we get to go to the farm. And they said that I could come, so I got to go to Dodge City, and it was the most wonderful memory I ever had, because I'd never been on a farm. And then the next year, they even invited me to come back. So I got to go back 2 years and stay in Dodge City. Really neat. I'll never forget it.
I thought, you did something special with her outside or something? You did like.
We used to, when it was raining, there wasn't anybody for miles around, so we'd take off all of our clothes all over the farm in the rain.
Well, that's neat.
Wasn't that neat?
I remember you telling me that. Thank you.
How old were you when you did that?
Were you this near?
I think
Okay.
I still got, look how come I end up with money.
that's Alan, $2.
Okay, sir.
From his $20.
It's your turn.
He came out good.
We lost $2. We did. So
I think I have too much money.
well, give me back my $2 then.
I don't know, because you gave her 18.
It's your turn, Daddy.
42, and I gave her 18. That's $60.
Put this out anymore. I'm through with it.
Right.
You're
It was
happy.
funny. We should have gotten it on the video. Yeah, we should have. Daddy was getting money, more money. He goes, wait a minute, this is my money.
I felt like Abbott and Costello over here. Coffee's next, right, Claudia?
Yes.
Next what?
State your full name
You have 5 minutes.
and a childhood memory.
Oh my gosh. Which one?
You
One.
have 5 minutes.
Is that all?
We have to limit you.
Well, my name is Alan John Arrington
Mm-hmm.
of Kansas City, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Raised on a farm in an outhouse. I was. No
But he
electricity.
dressed in a tuxedo all the time.
One thing you read by the moonlight. No running water. No electricity. No gas. No heat. It was a sad life.
It was a sad life.
Is it a party?
Nothing good happened.
Nothing good.
What about, remember you told me a story about something about riding in the rain and on your bike?
You know.
Something happened when you were driving?
Well, I went by a bus and the tire blew out and blew me across the street.
Well, that's not fun.
Well, that's why I say nothing good happened.
But you lived. That's the fun part. You lived.
That's the fun part.
Great big bus tire, about that big, and I had a sack full of bottles, and I got right on the side, and it blew out, and blew me off the bicycle, and the bottles went all over the street. And then when I went back to the drugstore, they charged me 2 cents for all the broken bottles.
Oh.
But I was making 8 cents.
Everybody.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's only 4 or 5 broken. You got no, do not disturb on that door?
What about when you were out, this is when you were a little kid, but when you were on the beach and all those spiders, little bugs covered you?
She
Well,
remembers that
yeah, my
story.
gosh.
Daddy just told me that.
Yeah, I just told them that. It's a long story.
That's another time.
And he
Next
was
reading.
laying there and he didn't want to move and the only
The
part he could get his
spiders
body
crawled
was
all over me.
wet.
The spiders were sliding off, you know, out in the
Hey.
desert, you know. I ran in the shower and turned on the water, washed them all away, but they didn't bite me.
Okay. That's it.
We can all go next door and
What do you
get
think?
it.
Now, let's see.
There's a million stories. There's a million stories in the Naked City, and that's only one. 2.
I gotta wire
Think of
myself.
any place. Nice story.
When you met me.
Well, you just had your anniversary, June 28th.
Yeah, but I met her in August the year before.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, it's our anniversary.
Yes. Well, for old time's sake, let's throw her off the balcony.
Are you ready to fly?
For $1,500? Okay.
I didn't think of anything else. Oh, well, I had three children overnight.
Within minutes. And they were following you on your honeymoon.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. They were very inquisitive.
Very inquisitive. Okay, thank you. Full name?
I'm Kathy Ray Arrington Smallwood.
Mhm.
And
She's the only one dressed up tonight.
I got dressed up for
In
this
her
occasion
party
because I
dress.
wanted you to know I thought you were worth it. And
What's
I'm
that?
gonna have surgery.
We're talking childhood memories.
You didn't have any surgery.
I have had all evening to think of this. I can't think of anything. Childhood memories.
It's stage fright.
Well, I wasn't a child. I was actually a mature young woman at the state fair, and I got on the ride, and
The Faithful.
and what was it called? What was that ride called?
I don't know, but it had a moving treadmill
Yeah, it
thing.
had like one of those walkways, and it was very easy to do, but I got on. No, I couldn't do it. And I got on the treadmill, and my footing was wrong, and I was boom, 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 trying, and everybody was standing on the sidewalk watching me. My family was laughing.
And there was
at
50
me.
people behind you.
Yes, and Claudia was going, come on, and Mother was laughing. And finally the man said, just sit down. So I sat down. Then another good memory, no, this was Sarah goes, we were at another fair, and Sarah said, I want to go in the fun house, And I said, well, nobody else wants to go to the fun house. You're going to go by yourself? Yes, I want to go to the fun house. She got in the fun house out of sight, and all we heard was, we had to send Matt in for the Paul. Go to the
Bloody
fun house.
murder.
That's the same thing. Sarah goes, I want to go on the Ferris wheel. I want to go on the Ferris wheel. So Matt got in, went on the Ferris wheel with her. When she got to the top of the Ferris wheel, she's going, remember that? And then we went home to our little pup tent, and it started raining that night, and it washed away half the mountain. But that's just part of the family. Another memory.
Another memory.
How many does she get? They're short. Oh, short memory. One memory.
Can you tell about the time your sister painting the front porch?
She can tell that.
Oh, yes, that's my memory.
I'll get you on.
Okay.
Oh, I remember. Wait a minute, come back. I was walking to Kensington, and you went across, they were tearing out the neighborhood to put in I-70.
Mm-hmm.
And that cut off about a mile from, half a mile, maybe a mile walk. And but it rained, and Mother said, don't go shortcut, Kathy, it rains all night. And I went, nothing's gonna happen. And I think I was carrying a bunch of cans for a project at school too. And I got out, and it was so wet that they couldn't work that day, so there were all the heavy machinery parked. And I go walking across, and halfway across, I got up to my knees in mud. And I'm going,
Kind of like Sarah.
and a lady came out putting boards in front of her on a board, and she pulled me out. And then I called home, and Daddy made me walk all the way around with muddy legs. And my mother told me someday I would laugh about it. And every time I have bad things happen, I remember that and say, well, someday have I ever said that to you? Someday will I laugh about it.
and she was standing there.
Oh, it was awful. And I couldn't go back to school and tell them I was tardy because I got stuck in the mud. So I went, I got stuck in the mud, teacher. And that's my fond memory.
And did she believe you?
I don't know, she took the can.
And wiped the mud off of the floor.
But I do say that, that's one of my sayings. So go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh. Boy, I have another memory.
Yes. We will see this out if it's not true. Okay, Amy Katrine. Little flower.
That's why I sleep at night.
Come on, a cutesy little childhood memory. Come on, Amy.
When I broke my arm.
Uh-huh.
These are bad for my parents. When I was younger, I always wanted a cat. And so I'd always come home and say, I think I broke my arm. My mother would take me in, and the doctor would say, where does it hurt? And I'd be like, oh, it hurt. So anyway, I had gone after school, and I was going across the road jungle jumping, and I fell, and I landed on my arm, and I knew I'd broken it, and I wasn't too happy about it. So
And nobody believes you.
I said, Mom, I think I broke my arm. Yeah, go walk the dog.
I'll go walk the dog. And I got in trouble for doing that.
Is that good for a broken arm?
So I walked the dog, and he had this thing about shooting up the cars, and I'm walking down the street, and all of a sudden we were walking this way, and next thing I know, he goes taking off
And her arm's going this
jerk,
way.
and I fell on my arm again.
Oh.
So anyways, that one moment I was fun, white as a ghost, and oh my Lord.
So you got your cat.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to think of something you said.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm sure Sarah will think of something. Let's see what Sarah's got.
What is this? Is this Halloween?
Okay,
No.
young lady.
He's getting ready for a slasher movie that they're going to be filming.
What is this for?
No more little,
Sarah Breeding
they
Smallwood.
wear the breathing
And my childhood memory was when I lived in Idaho, on Mount Mahone Air Force Base. And I was about 6 years old, and I had this little friend who was about 4 years old. And she'd do anything I said. I mean, she'd do anything I
First
said.
mistake.
Yeah. And so one day, I didn't have any money, and I wanted money to buy some candy and stuff, junk food. And so I told her, I said, well, let's get a bag, a little paper bag, and let's walk around to the houses, and I'll hide, and you go up to the door, and you tell them that you're this poor girl, and that you'll take anything. You'll take fabric, you'll take anything, food, money, you know. And I said, but try to get money from them, try to get money from them.
Dirty Kleenexes.
So we went around, and I must have picked up about $10, $15 off of people.
Ooh.
And we went to my house.
Children, don't try this at home.
No, and we went to my house, and I ran around the back, and I was like, oh my God. So she went in, and she started asking my mother, giving my mother this line. My mom was like, wait a minute. Because I guess the girl's father made more money than my dad. And so they caught me and made me take all the money.
Oh, tell them about the time you collected for Jerry's kids.
And I meant to do that. Sarah did this. I meant to do it for
We were on a mission, and we collected, what, about $20?
No, we didn't. We put it in the
We're
desk.
turning this into the FBI.
We put it in the desk, and my mom and dad took it.
And your mom and dad. I don't know these children.
We'll have another time. My mom didn't believe that I broke my arm.
You broke your arm. Another broken arm story.
And they left me and went out to dinner.
They left you with a broken
They
arm.
didn't believe me.
Well, they were real.
Did you ever get a cat? Well, good. Same arm? Same arm? No. Well, I think that's just sad, Sarah. But you didn't have to go walk the dog anyway.
No.
Okay.
I just sit there and
So you're confessing about Jerry's kids.
yes.
Okay. She did it. And she helped her. Okay. Trish?
I don't bring names a big name.
Full name.
Patricia Ann Myers,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember one time where Brian Foster did something mean to me. And I was trying to take a nap, and you came in and you said, you said, you go over there and you tap him on the shoulder and make sure around you punch him as hard as you can. So anyways, I walked right over there, and he was on the shrimp porch messing with the box. And so anyways, I tapped him on the shoulder and turned around, and I hit him right in the stomach. And he ran into his house crying, and I I went home and told you, you're the one that told me to do it.
And he never picked on you
He never
again.
picked on me again. Are you serious? He told me to go over there and hit him, so I did. And then I remember
So now she hits every boy she meets.
I ran into the telephone pole.
Yes.
I walked into
You were
the
looking at
telephone
your
pole.
Yes.
Yaya was my name. Yaya.
Well, yes, and they called me.
You are cousin.
Big titty Paul and little titty Paul. You were little titty Paul.
And tell us what you did in the bathroom in kindergarten.
I meant spitting. What did I do?
What did you do in the bathroom at kindergarten?
I went into the boys' bathroom. I went into a boys' bathroom in kindergarten with all the boys.
Yeah,
I got in trouble for that.
yeah.
And what else? Oh, me and Kendra used to sell tadpoles to neighborhood kids. Make a lot of money.
And she used to walk in the telephone pole.
Okay,
Told that
We, yeah.
thank you.
About the telephone
Thank
pole.
you.
Are your eyes okay?
My name is Claudia Grace Myers.
Professional.
Harrison Myers. Oh, yeah. I forgot the area. And, my name is Claudia Harrington Myers. Claudia Grace.
Great. Colin.
Then Alan up in the boys for the.
Anyway, let's see. My childhood memory is, gosh, there's so many of them.
How about when
They all say.
how about when you quit kiss me, cause what your sister told me?
Yeah, that's one of them. And oh, I remember the time when Kathy, my sister, we always had to do the dishes. Always had to do dishes. All broilers, terrible dishes.
Terrible.
And all my brother had to do was take out the garbage.
This is so
Good
sad.
job.
But he was a leader.
So he comes in to take out the garbage, and Kathy and I, yeah, he was going, nah, nah, nah. So I take the dish rag, and I went, what? And that rag went around his head. And he goes, and he goes in and tells Mom and Dad. But we didn't know that. So we got laughing. No. Did he? How would you like? Yeah. Yeah. And so we got so we thought it was funny. So Kathy goes, go out on the back porch, think that area. So I was going, and we were laughing and laughing. And Kathy goes, no, I went over here. No.
Daddy came in behind me and I know.
Yeah, I mean, you see him and you just go down.
No.
Yeah.
Disappeared behind the
Yeah.
window.
Oh, and the time when he thought I'd gone to bed, but I'd met James Sims outside, and I hid in the pantry, and he went in to get something. And I was just standing there. Scared he did. Oh, and the elephant walk.
Oh,
Game.
yeah.
Daddy goes, oh, I didn't.
This is for
Yeah, Dad goes,
I think you gotta let your dad tell that one.
I've got a new game to play or something called the Elephant Walk. And so I said, I want to do it. And I was just in my robe. He thought I was in my pajamas and robe. And so he would just turn me upside down.
Yeah.
On your feet while you walked on your hands.
Yeah.
What was going on?
Upside down.
He tells the story better.
Okay.
Oh, the
It's your childhood memory.
Get him a clothes on there.
And then I went on you once when you tickled me. Remember? I kept saying, don't tickle me, don't tickle me.
How about when we looked, we were ready to go somewhere.
You were hiding.
And I was hiding behind the couch. And I waited, I heard him say it about 10 times, and I thought, oh my, I waited too long. And I was over the couch, and Claudia was behind me, and she goes, don't. We'll live here forever. Oh, and remember, we were mad at the folks once, and we were gonna run away and get a little red wagon and put a little house. Yeah, they were the ones,
Because we're not parting, you know, and so we just said, well, we'll throw it up.
and when you woke me up and I was playing volleyball or picking up Crayolas.
What about that pastor's story?
Oh, faster than a speeding bullet, yeah. Claudia and I shared the bedroom, and we were over at 638 George Washington Boulevard, and it was, Daddy turned the heat off at night, you slept healthier, but it was freezing, and I laid in bed, and I had to go to the bathroom, I had to go so bad, it was so cold, and finally I jumped out of bed and ran to the bathroom, and then I ran back and jumped in bed, and Claudia was in the next bed, and she goes, faster than a speeding bullet. And I sat up, I said, she awake? And she was
Or the
there.
time I'd been drinking,
And I
she
come
was
home,
down to
and the snow was coming down so bad, and I was driving, I was praying, I said, oh God, if you get me home, I'll never do this again, I'll just never do this. I was just like this, I was just like, God. And Kathy said that she was following with a girlfriend, and thought, who is this fool up here that was just way in, we were trying to get around her, Kathy finally passed, and I go, that's right, we were honking, we were waving, and she
She was trained.
remember when you saw her at Sears and she was speeding and called her the flying nun?
Flying nun, yeah.
Mom,
I was praying then
Mom,
too.
what about the time you got to laughing so bad and...
Well, that's a many times.
I wet my pants at a Safeway and
Yeah, that's what I was
Your
doing.
mother has wet her pants in the past 3 years from laughing.
So has your grandmother.
oh, when we did this T-shirt, remember I was telling you how to put that handkerchief on? That didn't work off. We could only get it this far. And I said, that was 3 years ago, I think. Mom had to give me pants to
Did
wear.
something about shipping it down the store.
Oh, yeah, she got me so tickled. We were at Burlington.
Yeah, well, yeah, over there at the mall, and Claudia got me so tickled, I was in a department store, I'm gonna have an accident. I couldn't sit down.
We just, she went one way.
I just sat there on the floor, people walking around. Excuse me.
I told those girls are pissed off.
I'm having an attack. They're terrible. Kathy, she had to go to the bathroom so bad, we got tickled at Safeway. We had to separate again, and she just walked down the aisle and just dribbling. And followed me.
Clean up on all three.
Break them up. The Erringtons are here. So that's it. That's my only child.
Holy cow.
One a day. One a day.
Bunch of skateboards, you know, man.
Oh, yeah. But they believed that it was broken.
What?
Well, it was. My arm, my collarbone.
Oh, it was, yeah. I told her, don't want to see that skateboard, throw it away, homemade, you know. It's dangerous, you know. Don't come out in that street, you know, blah, 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 you know, like that. She sits there,
Very nice.
oh yeah, never said anything, it was always.
Oh, and we broke marshmallows on
And I come home from work and I come down the street, driving the driveway, and just I got there, here she come right out in the street, right in, all over the hood of my car. I never saw it, you know, boy, it just turned white, you know, and then those little freckles just stood out like little neon
It was
signs.
Mike Kippers. It was
That's
Mike
like
Kippers.
you were coming home from school and you went by that old beer joint down there.
Yes, and the man said I had bugs all over my face.
A drunk come out and said, oh, you've got bugs all over her face. Aw.
And that time I told Richard Massey that I lived at that house that was empty. And he walked me all the way there and he looked in the windows and he goes, there isn't any furniture in this house. And I go, oh, we're moving. I said, there isn't. And I made Uncle Al walk with me and he goes, I'm not walking up to that house anymore. And I go, yes, you will. You'll walk up. I'll give you a nickel.
You probably did it, right?
And about the time the
Oh, yeah.
boys, who was it that was looking in the window? Was it Bob Brooks or was they all were looking at you? And I looked over across and there was somebody looked back at me.
Well, Al was charging people to see.
He just knew, yeah. I don't know whether he charged or not, but we couldn't get him away,
He'd do
remember?
anything for a piece of
Oh,
candy.
yeah.
Well, I was in Dodge City, you know, 250 miles away, and they called me up, there's somebody on the roof. I said, what the hell can I do about it?
But we all had a baseball bat. We were upstairs, we all got upstairs. And all this, we tried to wake Al up.
Oh, sure, he wouldn't say that.
He was the only man in the house, 7 years old or 8.
No, he was 12.
And I called the police and I was telling them and I had
And they
called
hung
them and
up
I
on
said,
you.
look out your window and see if you see anybody on my roof. And I remember when they wanted to give Kathy a kiss, when Paul and Kathy was kissing out there, and I felt so bad because I really loved Paul. She didn't. She didn't love Paul.
You
She
need
had
to
anybody.
clarify this. We're not talking about Uncle Paul.
No, this is before Paul.
You didn't like Kathy? You didn't like him, so why were you kissing him?
She just did.
'Cause she didn't
They all
do it.
liked her. They all liked her. Jody, what's his name?
And you like them?
I truly loved them. And so here they were kissing in front of me. We just sit and watch them just kiss. Remember, you guys would kiss in that clubhouse. And I got mad and I wrote a note or something. No, Paul wrote me a note and said, "If you come out, I'll give you a kiss." Did you? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but that was it. It wasn't like what you guys.
What kind of kiss was it?
Well, I mean, they just sit and kiss and we'd all just watch. We'd be going.
Well, always looks better
Yeah,
there.
and then the same girl spoils it for you and me.
Yeah. I knew by then.
More than 5 kisses?
But you made my teeth hurt. My
Oh,
front
you were
teeth
making out?
hurt. And I knew something was bad. I knew that was bad.
That was a bad sign.
Huh?
I was 15 and you were 14 at that point.
Yeah, and you'd come over and we'd have to fire,
Yes, smoke at our house.
And drink my
And get in the booze.
Drink my food.
Only one.
Then water it down.
No,
Your son did that.
oh, sure.
I thought, well, that scotch don't have much kick to it anymore. I said, yeah, like, who's through? How good it, you know?
Ooh, I think I'll hop on my bicycle right over there and just have a little scotch.
and the time you left to have his face on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
Then we had to go.
and my own girlfriend wouldn't help me. Her sister was the only one that would help me.
Well, when you went to
And then
Vietnam,
who cried?
Mom and I, Claudia went by.
Say that be.
Then you get a letter, then you get an envelope. Then you won't get nothing.
Good luck, doughboy.
He got a vibrator.
You won't get nothing.
He got a vibrator.
Well, you let me sit next to him.
What?
That little green
Oh,
vibrator.
I'll never forget opening that thing up. All the guys in the barracks going,
Oh.
whoa, yeah.
Remember me sitting that little handheld vibrator?
That penis-shaped vibrator.
Did you take that to the baths? with
Oh,
you?
I got rid of that.
Sure.
Hid it under his pillow.
Good night,
I got letters from the guys thanking you for getting the turtles, but not the vibrator.
Oh, no.
Well, I know I showed you guys all the little presents I got him. And I go, see this?
We didn't know what it was.
Like that Tropicana. Passion fruit.
I was a new parent. I didn't know what that was.
And I wrapped those little, remember the bubble gums, the little bazooka? I wrapped those up in little
Individually
wrappings.
wrapped paper. you know.
So, Mother got a tennis bracelet and I didn't, huh?
Diamond.
Who bought the tennis bracelet?
Any money.
I didn't know
You get a show of that, Grandma. I have lots of diamonds.
You have a.
Pretty. Isn't it pretty? Oh, yes, show yours.
I took it off.
Are you ready? All right, start breathing through your nose. Start breathing through your nose.
Start breathing normal.
Just breathe. Breathe. All right, say something to us.
What? Oh, gosh.
Get it off of me.
He always goes, I am not an animal. He's like laughing gas, like Peter Sellers. Peter Sellers.
What is that?
I said, Neil's gonna win his pants.
Get Grandpa on there.
Breathe.
Put somebody else on this knee.
Breathe, these hands, breathe.
Oh, God. Wait, I can't, it's not on yet. I am not.
No, don't turn it on.
I am not a criminal.
Well, you're not getting a good seal.
I don't want to go see him.
Didn't they? Talk.
camera.